As you already saw in the previous episodes, water has many unique properties, without which, life as we know it would not exist. Yet, when we're talking about life, from a scientific point of view, everything that we experience is nothing more than the result of the interaction between various forces and energies. And in this episode, I'll present some interesting things about the relationship between water and electricity. Contrary to the popular belief that water and electricity make a dangerous pair together, pure water is an excellent insulator and has a tremendous resistance to the transfer of charge. For instance, at 20 degrees Celsius and pressure of 1 atmosphere, air has a dielectric constant of about 1. Dry wood has a dielectric constant between 2 and 6, depending on the type and grain orientation, while rubber has a dielectric constant of 7. Under the same conditions of temperature and pressure, water, although a liquid, has a dielectric constant of 80.4. In other words, pure water is over 10 times more effective as a charge separator than rubber, between over 13 to 40 times more effective than dry wood, and 80 times more effective than air. Still, as you already saw in the second episode of this series, in nature, the universal solvent is always combined with some other elements, and even the slightest trace of other ions in water makes it able to conduct electricity. However, when interacting with the electric current, water manifests another strange behavior. In 1893, in a speech held in front of the Literary and Philosophical Society of Newcastle, England, the British inventor William George Armstrong said that, amongst other experiments, I hit upon a very remarkable one. Taking 2 wine glasses filled to the brim with chemically pure water, I connected the 2 glasses by a cotton thread coiled up in one glass and having its shorter end dipped into the other glass. On turning on the current, the coiled thread was rapidly drawn out of the glass containing it, and the whole thread deposited in the other, leaving for a few seconds a rope of water suspended between the lips of the 2 glasses. The phenomenon captured the scientists' attention more than a century later. In 2007, the researchers from the Technical University of Graz, Austria, filled 2 beakers with deionized water and placed an electrode in each of the beakers. When they applied electric current, the water started moving vividly in both beakers and start rising along the thread over the glass, forming a bridge between the 2 beakers. Once the connection was formed, the bridge gained size and water began flowing from one beaker to the other. What puzzled the scientists was not only that water was flowing upwards, but when they pulled the beakers apart, the connection remained active, water forming a pulsating bridge between the beaker's tips, defying gravity. Though the experiment was repeated in many other research centers and laboratories all over the world, scientists haven't found yet a plausible explanation for the phenomenon. But that's not all. When interacting with electromagnetism, water manifests, perhaps, the weirdest behavior of all.